Hey, what is up, everybody? This is Cam Jennings, aka Cam Fats, coming at you on behalf of EpicConversions.com. Hope you guys are doing amazing out there on this fine evening. This is Tuesday evening here in the great state of Ohio, and I don't know where you're out there in the world right now, but wherever you are, I hope you're having a good one. I really do. I wanted to give you guys some tips tonight. One thing I've been focused on in this new year is my podcast. I got a new podcast out called One Step Away. I put a link around here somewhere for you guys to a weekly episode guide, so you guys can go grab that for free. It's totally free. It's not going to cost you anything. You can check out some of those episodes if you want to. Let me just check my mic and make sure my audio is okay, so you guys can hear me okay. Yeah, let me adjust this real quick. One side. Test. I think that's better probably. All right, cool. Yeah, man. So what I wanted to do, man, is I wanted to give you guys some tips on building your email list with, a podcast. Podcast's a pretty effective way to build an email list, and I thought I'd give you guys some tips. Last year I was doing a podcast called EpicConversions.com podcast. This year I'm doing One Step Away. A few things have changed from last year to this year. I've gotten a little bit better at what I'm doing, and wanted to kind of share some of those tips with you. What's up, Big Shane Vozar in the house? Man, how's it going? How you doing, man? Shane, don't let any of those people give you a hard time, man. Those people try to say negative things on your videos, man. Just keep your head high and don't even sweat it, man. They hate us because they ain't us. You know what I'm saying? There always gonna be some haters, you know what I mean? There's always gonna be some people out there who just want to hate on what you're trying to do. But I'll tell you what, man, they are the vocal minority. You know what I mean? For every one person who wants to say something negative about what you're doing, there's going to be 5 people who got something good out of what you're doing. They just didn't say anything about it. You know what I mean? So just keep that in mind, dude. I hope that helps. But yeah, dude, just keep on doing what you're doing, man. You're doing good work. Anyways, so let me give you guys some tips on these podcast stuff. I got 5 tips for you. All right, 5 tips. Shane says he loves his haters. Nice. I love it. All right. So let me give you 5 tips. Let me give you 5 tips on podcasting that'll help you build a list. The first one, the first tip I want to give you, tip number 1. Maybe we should do these reverse. Tip number 5. Let's go 5 and then 4, 3, 2, and 1. How about that? Let's do it that way. All right. So I'm going to start from the back and then go to number 1. We're going to go Dave Letterman style. All right, man. So check it out. The first thing, tip number 5, what I found is it works better for me sending people from my podcast to an offer, not to like a free thing. Right. And that does seem counterintuitive to building your list. But the fact of the matter is, most of the people listening to your podcast, they don't just listen to one episode. They binge listen. They listen to multiple episodes. So what happens is they really start to, you get that kind of like, it's almost like a YouTube channel. You get that kind of like, that know, like, and trust kind of vibe going on. They really feel like they start to know you. They get used to your voice. So the free thing, it's like it's not necessary. Like just send them to an offer. Just send them to an offer, like an evergreen offer, right? So when you're doing the podcast, always kind of sponsor like your own evergreen offer. You know what I mean? It can be a low ticket. It can be a mid ticket. It could be a high ticket. But definitely make it something that costs money, right? Send them to an offer from the podcast. Now, this builds your list in a good way because it basically is building yourself a buyer's list. right? So this is very helpful. Me personally, with One Step Away, I promote the Insiders Club. Insiders Club is my low ticket monthly membership program. And I always promote that on One Step Away. So, and that's working out pretty good for me. But I'm only like 30 episodes in, I think, to One Step Away. So, but yeah, send to an offer, not a free thing. That's number 5. All right. Number 4. All right. What I found that works good for me is doing multiple episodes a week. So, like with the podcast, it's kind of about top of mind awareness. You're putting yourself out there, and you're putting yourself out there early and often, right? You're getting in front of your market, and you're doing it early and often. And for me, I find that is a shorter format episodes. Like with One Step Away, I'm aiming for 10-minute episodes, right? Shorter format episodes multiple times a week, right? Now, to achieve this, like, I'm not trying to like live inside of a podcast 24 hours a day. Like, that's not my idea of a good time, man. My goal was to do 5 episodes a week with One Step Away. And that's, for me, that's crazy. That's a lot, 5 episodes a week. But for me, it works with a production block. So I recommend, if you're going to do multiple episodes a week, do production blocks. And what I mean by that is, record, just take like one day a week, and like that day is podcast day. And on that day, you're just going to record 4, 5, 6 episodes. And that's what that day is going to be about, podcast day. And I personally don't even mess with my podcast the rest of the week. For me, it's on Mondays. Mondays for me is podcast day, and I deal with all my podcast stuff on Monday. In fact, this video right here we're doing right here, this was scheduled to be. I was supposed to do this yesterday, and I just got kind of busy doing other stuff. I didn't have time to do this video, so that's why I'm doing it tonight. But normally, all my podcast stuff would be done on Monday, not on Tuesday. But yeah, man. So I would say definitely, if you want to do podcast, if you want to use that to build your list, production blocks. And I say production blocks because, like, aim for, more content, so that you can like spray the market with your content. And like, you got to do what's comfortable for you, right? Obviously, you don't want to overwhelm yourself. For me, if I'm doing 10-minute episodes, I can do a production block 1 day a week, and I'm good. I'm good. But that might not work for some people. You got to do what you can do. Whatever makes sense for you. You can make it work. Whatever you want to do. But that's what I recommend: production blocks, and aim for multi episodes a week. Okay, number 3. So we got 5, 4, 3. Number 3. Intro music has helped the podcast. I kind of upgraded my intro music a little bit. What I did was I went to Audio Jungle. Audio Jungle is, and I learned this from Sam Crowley. I was a big fan of Everyday Saturday, his podcast, and then I took his podcasting workshop, and he taught me some good tricks and tips in the workshop there. And one of them was to check out Audio Jungle. And I think it's audiojungle.net. They got all kinds of different like music that works for a podcast. You basically aiming for 20 seconds of music. You want about 20 seconds of music, fade it out, start the episode. And then you got, another 20 seconds of music at the end that you go into at the end. But having that little production value of music in the front, music in the back, I think it helps. It resonates with the people who listen to podcasts. There's some crossover there, but it's a different audience that's listening to podcasts versus the audience that's listening to YouTube videos and watching YouTube videos. I mean, it's a little bit of a different audience. Of course, there's some crossover, but these podcast listeners, they have more money. Just to be honest with you, they just have more money. Everybody watches YouTube videos. Not everybody listens to podcasts. A lot of the people who do listen to podcasts have a little bit more money. So that's what I found. Anyways, hope that doesn't offend anybody. I'm just telling you, we're talking about analytics here. I'm not talking about like, this is just empirical data that I've noticed over the last year or two. The other thing I would say about production value, and I'm not really like super big on production value, you guys. I mean, use what you got, do what you can. I know you can go to Audio Jungle, you can get some intro music pretty cheap. Now, can you get free intro music out there? Sure, absolutely you can. There's places out there. One place that I've used a ton is Freesound, freesound.org. Freesound.org is a place where you can get free music. There's public domain music there. You can get it, you can use it. But if you can spare $5 or $10, you can license some music on Audio Jungle, and it's pretty cool music, so it's pretty nice. The other thing I would say about production value, this is still tip number 3, but the other thing I would say about production value, I boosted the audio quality of my episodes just by using a simple H1 Zoom. This is a simple little handheld condenser mic recorder. It's battery powered. It's so easy to use. It's an H1 Zoom. It's very easy to use. I think I paid like less than $100 for it. It wasn't very expensive. But I can take that little handheld mic, and I can record the podcast episode from anywhere. In my house, in my van, in my garage, anywhere I want. I can just pull that thing out, boom, record an episode, right? I think when you think about, okay, I want to record multiple episodes a week of this podcast, right? My goal is to push people onto my list. I'm going to use this podcast as a mechanism to do that. And to get that done, I want to record multiple episodes a week. What are the things holding me back from recording these episodes every week? One of the things that holds me back from recording episodes every week is it being too difficult. Like if it's too much of a pain in the butt to do it, I don't want to do it, man. If it's too much trouble, I don't feel like messing with it. I might be cool to do it for like a week or two when there's still a novelty to it. But what about 6 months in? Am I still feeling like doing it now? No, not if it's too hard, not if it's too much trouble. So there's a barrier to entry with everything you want to do. And when it comes to like podcasting, like multiple times a week, one barrier to entry is it difficult to do? It needs to be easy. So the little H1 Zoom, I don't have it. Do I have it on me? Yeah, let me show it to you. So with the H1 Zoom, basically, what this does is it makes it very easy to record a podcast, right? There it is. Very, very easy to record a podcast. You see, it's got the 2 little condenser mics up top, and it just makes it very, very easy to record a podcast from anywhere. It's battery powered. It takes 2 AA batteries. I mean, guys, it's so easy. It can record in WAV file, or it can record in MP3. It's got a limiter on it. So like if you hit this limiter button, like it'll actually keep your audio from clipping out. So it won't make a bunch of like weird staticky noises because you're too loud or too close to the mic. It'll actually take care of it for you. So it's a really nice little thing, and it was less than $100. So this thing, really reduces the barrier to entry as far as like just being able to record something quick, easy, not too much trouble. And then when you reduce that barrier to entry, and then you add on to it, hey, not only am I reducing my barrier to entry, I'm actually boosting my sound quality. Because last time I was recording episodes on stuff like this, straight to my Chromebook, audio, whatever, I wasn't even worried about the audio quality that much. So this is better, right? This is better. And, so that's one thing I would say. Those 2 things, the intro music, and if you can boost your audio quality, it does make a difference with these podcast listeners. They tend to listen to your episodes more. If you got this like intro music and kind of like a little bit better quality of audio on the episode for whatever reason, they tend to like it better. So anyways, that's what I've noticed. Okay, I got 2 more tips for you guys. So the next one that I wanted to tell you about was, okay, so when you go to start a new podcast and you're thinking, okay, I want to start this podcast, I want to use it to build a list, all right? One thing I suggest doing is like a kind of like a sneak peek episode. I've been calling it like episode 0, do like an episode 0. This is something I kind of got from Netflix, because Netflix has always got like these episode 0s on all their series, and basically episode 0 is like a trailer, or it's like just a little preview of the show. But for me, like I used that episode 0 for my podcast a couple weeks before it launched, and basically I just used it to talk about what my podcast was going to be about and stuff like that. But the reason I did it was 2 reasons, right? One, I wanted to preview the podcast for everybody and let them know what I was going to be doing. But 2, I wanted to get an episode up there, because a lot of these streaming platforms like Spotify, Apple Podcast, Pandora, my podcast is on Pandora now, which is pretty awesome. iHeartRadio, all these other places where you can put your podcast, like you have to have an episode up before you can get it kind of rolling with that platform, right? So having that little episode 0 out there, having that little preview episode out there a few weeks before you ever launch your podcast, man, you got things rolling with all these platforms. So by the time you publish your first episode, it's going to be instantly on those platforms, right? Just because you had that little preview episode, that little episode 0 a few weeks ahead of time. It helped a lot for me, and I know it can help you guys as well. So I got one more for you, and this has been the biggest thing that's helped me so far with my podcast. My podcast has over 400 downloads so far, guys. It's only been up for 2 weeks. It's already got over 400 downloads, so it's doing pretty good. I got 2 more. I got 1 more for you, but then I got a bonus one. I just want to check these numbers really quick. Now, these numbers are far better than epicconversions.com podcast. I can tell you that right now. The numbers are probably 3 times as good as that podcast. But let me look at the numbers really quick so I can give you. I don't want to misquote you guys. I don't want to misquote to you guys. So I got 404 downloads on this podcast so far. It's been open since January 1st. So in 19 days, I've had 404 downloads. My top, the place people listen to this episode these episodes the most are Buzzsprout. That's the home. That's where I host my podcast. 32%, right? Chromecast is second. That's Google's podcast listening platform. Chromecast, 14%. Web browser listens, 10%. Spotify, 10%. Apple Podcasts at 9%. So I got listens happening all over the place, but my top 2 are right from Buzzsprout and then Chromecast. Now you might say, wow, 32% from Buzzsprout. Like, what are you doing to push people at your episodes? Well, that's what I want to tell you guys. So if you download, I put the link around here somewhere, but if you download that weekly episode guide for my podcast, you're going to see like that PDF it's basically like a simple little PDF that allows people to have links to my podcast episodes. Like it comes out on a weekly basis, and every week I email my list with a new weekly episode guide. It's kind of like a TV guide, right? But it has links to all 5 episodes for that week, right? So giving people this PDF that they can download, they don't have to go to a website and search for a website. They can just download a PDF. And doing that really, really helps get more plays to your podcast. Because think about it. Number one, it's easier. Like if you download a PDF and you just put it in a folder on your desktop, you got it, man. If you want to listen to my podcast, you know where you can go. You can go to your folder on your desktop. Boom, it's right there. You can listen to it. If you're on your phone, it's kind of the same thing, right? You got the PDF. You can just open the PDF and listen wherever you want. So it just feels like it's more tangible. It just feels like it's something more tangible that people can open up whenever they want and listen to it. They don't have to visit a website. It just feels more tangible. So it's been very, very helpful with distribution to have the PDF that goes out to people every week. The other end of that I would say is when I email my list once a week and tell them about my podcast. Now, if I just gave them a link to the website where the podcasts are, right? It's almost like I'm asking them to go check something out. But if I give them a link to a downloadable PDF, it's like I'm giving them something, right? So the perception is different. Here's a free PDF. Here you go. No opt-in required. It's completely free. Download it. It's something I'm giving them now. But when I'm just telling them to go somewhere and check something out, it's like I'm asking them to do something. So there's a difference there in perception. So I do believe this has been part of the success of this podcast so far. So that's something to keep in mind. And then the bonus one, I would just say a good name, right? If you can come up with a decent name for your podcast, I think it makes a difference. With this one step away thing, like I actually spent like all day trying to come up with some decent name for this podcast. As stupid as that sounds, but I sat around all day like trying to figure out what to name this damn thing. I was writing down names on a piece of paper, like trying to figure stuff out. And I said, hey, I'm not gonna, I'm gonna do this thing for a year, so I'm not gonna stop until I figure out something good that I can live with for the whole year. And finally I found one step. I figured out one step away. It just kind of came to me, and it just worked out. So and it's not like, is this a good name? Is this not a good name? Let me ask around. No, I mean a good name as far as like something that's good to you, something you're happy with, something that you like. And I think that means a difference, because if you got a cool name, then you're gonna feel better about the whole situation. Yeah, that's what I'd say about that. I don't think it's something that should like keep you from starting longer than a day, right? Like I feel embarrassed that I took a day to come up with a name for the thing. But I'm happy I just was a little bit more patient and came up with something that I liked. But yeah, man, I mean, don't take too long. You know what I'm saying? Don't wait 2 weeks to start a podcast because you can't come up with a decent name. I mean, just eventually you just need to get on it and go. I mean, yeah. So, anyways, that's 6 of them actually in all. That last one was a little bonus one, but yeah, just to recap some of these to you guys. One, I would say send people to an offer, not a free thing from a podcast, because this is an audience that already knows, likes, and trusts you. They've been binge watching, they've been binge listening your episodes. So send them to an offer, not a free thing, to build the list. 2, record your episodes in production blocks, so you can put out more episodes and it doesn't feel so overwhelming. 3, you can boost your production value with a little intro music. You can go over to audiojungle.net and find some pretty good intro music over there. And also, I use an H1 Zoom. It's less than $100, and you can get pretty good sound quality. But more than sound quality, you get to this place where you can just take that thing anywhere with you and record a podcast no matter where you go. So pretty awesome, just to boost production value just a little bit. 4, do the sneak peek episode, do the episode 0 a few weeks before you're going to launch the podcast. That way, all the gears are running smooth, everything's ready to go, and all the different platforms that you want to distribute the podcast to by the time you truly launch the episode 1. And then the last one was the PDF, the weekly episode guide within a simple PDF that has links out to your episodes for the week. It's really helped a lot with getting more listens to my podcast. And then of course the bonus one, try to come up with a good name, Yeah. Try to come up with a good name if you can, man. Obviously that seems obvious, but most of the time people are on 2 sides of the spectrum, they just run with a bad name because they don't want to think about it too much, or they just spend way too much time trying to think of a name, right? So people are always on opposite ends of the spectrum. I think you need to land somewhere in the middle. Take a little bit of extra time, give yourself a day, come up with a decent name. But don't make it keep you from moving forward. I guess that's about it, guys. That's all I got. I hope this has been helpful to you. Of course, my Browns got knocked out of the playoffs this past Sunday. It was heartbreaking. I think we got robbed on a call, to be honest with you, but that's all right. That's all right. We'll be back next year stronger than ever. Personally, I guess I'm going to be rooting for Tampa Bay if Tampa Bay makes it to the Super Bowl, I'm going to be rooting for Tampa Bay, I guess, just because of Brady. Man, Brady's old. He's old, man. You got to root for the old man. You got to root for the rooster. You know what I'm saying? Here they come to snuff the rooster. You got to root for Brady, man. He's been doing it forever. So, anyways, that's all I got, guys. Hope you guys have an amazing night, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace, everybody.